of mine. You found someone new, but I can't change my love the way that you do.
This is the story of a lost neighborhood and of its people who did not want to go.
I don't want no money. I want my home. The old man is old. See how the old man is old? No more. That's enough. I don't want to get out. I said to my two daughters, they don't want to get out.
Hi, welcome to the West End Video Newsletter. Last Sunday, September 30th, St. Joseph's had their annual Mass for Deceased West Enders. Unfortunately, we had camera problems, and we won't be able to show it to you. So we decided to re-air October 29th of 2000 show, which has the Mass and an interview with the parish council. Hope you enjoy it again as much as you did last time. They have a Mass for the deceased West Enders, and last Sunday they had the Mass, and all the West Enders showed up, and we went down there with a video camera, and we put it all together. The church. It's a beautiful church. It was built in 1812. I think it was the 12th Street Congregationalists built it, and then they more or less went out of the city, and they sold it to the Catholic Church around 1861. And it's been St. Joseph's Catholic Church for 150 years almost. So, and we as kids all went there. We went to the schools, and we went to the masses. There's two balconies up there that when we were kids we'd go to Mass, and they'd make all the kids stay. Who was the new pastor of the church? He was there, and he continued the tradition that Father Buck started 15 or so years ago, and every year the West Enders come back there, and we had a pretty good turnout this year. The church was almost full, which, you know, it's quite a few people, and it worked out well. We all had a good time. So I guess roll tape, Joe. Well, welcome back. After the Mass was over, we went outside and then went downstairs in the church hall for a light lunch, and we sat together and had a good time. We mingled with each another. It was like sort of a mini reunion for West Enders. Of course, There were no. It was only basically Catholics that were there. There were no Jewish people or Protestants. They were welcome to come, but usually people don't go to another denomination's service. So I'm not trying to, put anything on that. But we went downstairs and we had a good time. We interviewed a lot of people, and we just had a regular good time. We always do. Roll tape again, Joe. Richie's a long-time West Ender, and he came today. He came today to go to the church. He went to Mass like the rest of us did, and he's down here having a little supper with the rest of us, or dinner. This is a dinner thing. What do you think about the Mass?
Great. I think it's really nice. Everybody gets together and we have a nice time. And that's about all I can tell you.
Okay, you can go.
Thank you,
Cops
sir.
are coming. Okay, we're here again. We're downstairs at St. Joseph's. We've just had the West End Mass for the dead, for the deceased. Some people take offense at that. And we have Tom Simmons and Father Troy. Father Troy's the pastor of St. Joseph's now. We did a show on them just a little short while ago, about 2 months ago, and we're here tonight, today, this is in the afternoon. We're recording what goes on here after everybody meeting together and having a good time. And what do you think about the Mass today?
I think Father Troy gave a tremendous sermon for the Mass and brought us really down.
I agree.
And all the people coming down here to the reception, and they were meeting old acquaintances and old time's sake, and talking about the West End. I think it's a great thing to bring everybody back to their old church.
And we also have West Enders that live here now. They're coming too. So it's, I don't want to make this into a specialized Mass, but this is for everybody.
For everybody.
Right back to the Portuguese sailors, I guess. Landed when nobody else was here.
Don't forget the Irish who were here too, and the Italians.
The Irish, this is mainly an Irish enclave until about 1905, 1910. Then it sort of went a little bit. I'm sorry, we shut Father Troy out.
Good. Oh, it's great to see so many people back, and feel that they're always welcome back here. It's good. It's very, very good.
Let me see if I can get some other guys.
Okay, good. Thank you. You're always welcome.
He looks familiar.
This is Frank Privatera.
Have you been in Davis Square?
This is Frank Privatera. Frank Privatera doesn't want to come on my show, so we have to drag him here and interview him down at St. Joseph's. Here, Frank is also a big contributor to St. Joseph. As he contributes to most good charities and funds. What do you think about this today, Frank?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Jimmy for those kind words. I've never been so overwhelmed with such kindness verbally. But I think it's a great turnout. It's the best one I've been to in all the years I've been coming.
Right, it was quite a crew today.
Yeah, but we miss Father Buck.
Oh, that's true too. But I think Father Troy will be a welcome addition.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah. And I'm proud to be here. To meet West Enders.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't have much when we started, but we've come a long way, baby.
We certainly have.
Yeah. And I'm proud to be with them. Great guys. And Jimmy most of all.
Just come in.
Don't talk to him.
Jimmy,
yes.
Very briefly, I asked the priest what year the church was built.
1812 or 1813, I think.
and he said they're going to, I said to him, why don't you put a history of it in the bulletin?
It wasn't a Catholic church. It was built as a
Baptist church.
Yeah. No, it was a 12th Street. It was called
Listen.
the 12th Street. It wasn't Baptist. It was some, but it was.
Okay, well listen, they're going to compile a history of it.
Yeah.
And I said to them, why don't you give it for you to put in the paper? I would love it.
Sure.
Okay.
No problem. Interview. What do you think about the match today?
It was excellent. There was a nice crowd, all West Enders. We got to get a few of our guys in there, younger crowd too in there too.
Yeah, that's right.
But everything was great. Everybody was nice. Serving a nice mass. Father Gabe as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I know.
Stevie.
Yes,
What are you doing now? Weren't you on the North End waterfront?
yeah, I retired for a couple of years, but I'm still doing work with 226 Causeway.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is Stevie Gallarelli, longtime West Ender. She's in the North End now, and she's very active in the North End. She was on the North End Waterfront Board.
Right.
I don't know what you're doing now exactly.
Well, I retired for a couple of years, but I'm working. I had a restaurant in the North End, and then it was
Very
too
nice
much.
restaurant, yeah.
So I went to MIT. So I'm working at MIT now in the math department. I love it.
In the what?
In the math department.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, I'm getting smarter.
You know, I give a talk there every year at the School of Urban Design for master students on the West End.
You're kidding?
No, yeah.
Oh, you'll have to let me know because I'll go.
Yeah, I just did it last month in September, the end of September. And it's so. What do you think about the mass?
Oh, it was nice. Not a lot of people. It's just our crew, Jimmy. You know, our age didn't show up. All the old, and surprisingly, I mean, with this weather, it's so cold and windy.
Right.
But they all came out.
It was a good
real
turnout.
good turnout.
Yep.
Really good. The mass was very nice. Very
Okay.
nice. All right.
I'll talk to you again.
Yeah, you take.
Say hello to the West End Video Newsletter.
Hello, West End Video Newsletter.
Okay, we have Teresa and video.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Okay.
Always a pleasure. From Allen Street, Poplar Street, Catherine Giovanni Solano.
Marie and Demi Walsh. This is,
That's right.
yeah, this is fabulous. There's so many people and we're so happy.
So what did you think about the mass today?
It was beautiful, beautiful
Yeah,
mass.
crowd. This is probably the best crowd in
It's the
about
best.
5 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's wonderful. We're really enjoying it. It's really terrific. Seeing everybody together, it's great. Really
We
is
haven't had a
great.
reunion for a while, so this is sort of.
It's sort of a reunion. Yeah, between this and the Camp Gannon thing, it brings people together. Yeah, it's wonderful. It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Let me move on.
Number 2 announcement. There is a picture over behind the table where you got your punch from by the wall. You see some pictures of Father Buck over there by the door by the wall. You can see that. Can you hear back there? Good. Thank you. Thank you. Third thing before I introduce Father Gabe, the third thing I'd like to say is some people have been asking about the West Ender and how they can get on the West Ender mailing list. For those of you who want to write it down, I have the address up here. If you want to get it afterwards or now, it's West Ender, P.O. Box 413, Somerville. P.O. Box 413 in Somerville. And those of you who don't know what the West Ender is, ask Jim up here and he'll take care of you on that. And now it's with great pleasure, I present to you our new pastor who cut his teeth on this organization of the old West Ender Mass last year at this time, Father Gabe.
Thank you. Two things I must mention. We were able to get the letter out to you this year thanks to the help of Jim Campano and the West Enders. They were great support to us. You may have noticed he did a program about St. Joseph's, which is on
Cable access.
Cable access TV. One other point about the West End, there was a meeting recently of the West End Civic Society. I just want to mention their people of the West End still trying to work for the good of the West End. So we'll try and get you more information about that. I hope next year we'll all be back together again, and I hope by next year we'll have our memorial in place. It's taken longer than I expected. We're trying to better the parish, we're trying to build up the parish once again, we're trying to better the grounds around the parish. We put a memorial garden at the back. If you'd like to contribute, get your name in the Book of Honour. Please see Tom or any members of the council.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you very much. Any questions, I'll be around. I'll be around, and I'll be around. Thank you. By the way, you're expected to clean up all the food that's over there. Thank you.
Sure. We'll do a couple more people here, but we got to close. Except that in the studio you can open and close. Oh yeah, I know. That's all. That's all.
I'm here with Arthur Vendetti. Arthur's a long-time West Ender. He lived on Poplar Street, if I remember right. Right? Lived on Poplar Street, and he comes to this mass every year, or as often as he can. We all do. Sometimes things happen when we can't make the mass. He's also he worked in Stop and Shop for a lot of years, and he's a great artist.
Thank you.
He does very good paintings. I don't know if they're oils or whatever they are.
Oil paint.
And he's a very good artist. But what did you think about the mass today?
Fantastic. The new pastor is excellent.
And it's
very good. He's good for the church. Doing a great job.
What do you think about having all these West Enders here and all this stuff going on?
Always good to see them.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
Well, it's always good to see you too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, well, I think I'm going to get Elaine next.
Okay, it was nice talking to you, Jim.
Yeah. Hi, we're here today with Elaine Rothwell, who's here with her sister and husband.
My husband, Mousy.
That's right. Elaine is a longtime West Ender too. As you notice, this is what most West Enders show up at this time, and they go back to their roots, do mass, and come down here and eat a little bit.
I attended St. Joseph's School.
That's right, you did.
And I lived on Leverett Street for most of my life. And I don't know what else to say. I've never been on television.
You were quick. Oh, well, this is your first time. This is showtime. Can you dance a little? So how did you think the mass was?
Beautiful. I'm surprised how many people showed up. I think there were a lot more than last year.
Yeah, there were. Last year was a little sparse.
Good turnout.
Last year was a little sparse, and this year it's a lot better.
And this is my good friend Jim Campano.
That's right.
And his wife's over here. Come here, Kathy. Come on. She's shy. She's from Brookline, right?
Right. Oh, well, her family was from the West End. They were the New Tillys.
I'm having a great time here with all the old West Enders.
Come here.
All right.
I have a wife that doesn't like cameras.
No. Right.
She avoids them like the plague. But such is life. Is there anything else you'd like to say about it?
No, I'm lost for words right now, which is very unusual.
That's what happens when people stick microphones in people's faces.
That's true. Okay, everyone have a good day. Love you all. Good luck.
Goodbye.
Joe Fortunato!
Well, we're here with my sister Irene Magliano, who's grew up in the West End with the rest of us. And we all come here. I know it's redundant, but we all come here every year and do the Mass. It's the Mass for the West End. There's Alfie Razzo making a best of himself, but this is my sister. She lives in Arlington now, but she's a long-time West Ender. What do you think about the Mass?
I think it's a fabulous turnout this year. It really, really is. I saw so many people I haven't seen in years and years.
And it's like a good old reunion.
It's really a really wonderful reunion.
So, and you went to school here too, right?
I went to school here.
We both went to school here.
And I see a lot of my schoolmates, and I met Eddie Tobin,
That's
who
right.
was my partner when we made our confirmation.
That's right. You know, I was looking up there. I was looking at the altar rail. The altar rail's like cut off now. It's just in front of the candles. But I was thinking, you know, I had to go up there and receive communion over that rail. That was, you know, it was a long time ago. And a lot of things have changed. And one of them is the way they do communion and confirmation and all that. So we're living in sort of a little different world. But it's still, this is fun. It's good to get back here. And maybe next year, anybody that watches this, come down, even if you're not a West Ender.
Well, a lot of the people came from quite a distance. My girlfriend Joan Mahayich, Joan Collins, she came from Allen Street.
Right.
You remember Joan?
Right.
She came from Randolph.
Right.
And her husband brought her. And so many people came from so many different places. So it's really, really wonderful. I'm running all over the place. I have to say hello to everybody. Right here, let's have a smile.
Smile. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Pat Fiorello. Pat, I had him on my show once before. Pat does his own show called Golden Memories.
Golden Memories in
Golden
Medford,
Memories.
Somerville, and Malden. But I'm not in Medford anymore. That's why we got some people want to hold it to their hogs. They want it for themselves. They don't want to share. So, you know, I can't understand why they don't want to share.
What did you think about today's Mass?
It's unbelievable. This thing is unbelievable. But I wish they do it about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time before the snowbirds leave. We all leave early.
That's right.
And I'm suffering with this cold weather.
That's
Today
right.
was about 29 degrees.
And you're leaving tomorrow or the next day?
I'm leaving in a couple of days.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for putting me on.
My
And listen,
sister's chomping at the bit.
have a good winter, everybody.
Take care, Pat.
Hey, my beautiful Marie.
Wait a minute. You're next. Go on. Hi, this is Jerry Razzo. Jerry Razzo's another longtime West Ender. And I want to tell you about Jerry Razzo. I remember him when I was this high because he came in my house with a Navy uniform on. He was going with my sister at that time. It was many, many, many years ago. And then you left and everything changed and the world changed and we changed.
The war ended.
That's
because
right.
I went in the service.
That's right. He stopped it.
Yeah, they were sick and tired.
They said, "Oh no!"
They heard there's somebody from the West
That's
End was
what's
coming
going.
in.
But anyways, what'd you think about the Mass today?
Very, very nice and different a little bit because it's been a long time since I've been here. I got baptized here.
Confirmed.
1927.
Don't give away ages.
Yeah, confirmed, communion here, everything. Yeah, my first communion. All here in the mat. Joe, St. Joe. Yeah, so I'm living in Medford now.
Yeah.
And my wife had passed away last year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Yeah.
So,
But anyways,
I do a lot of
It's a good
karaoke. Yeah.
Is that right? Sing a little.
5, 6 nights. And now the end is near.
Okay, Jerry, thanks a lot.
All right.
Channel 3?
Channel 3.
You go first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, together,
She's
come
on
here.
Wall Street. I just met her at a wake.
Okay, your name?
Pauline Bognani.
Okay. And yours?
Lucille Bordenaro.
Okay. And I'm Jim Campana. What'd you think about the Mass today?
Beautiful. I graduated St. Joseph School. You gonna keep talking? I graduated St. Joseph School 1953 with the most handsome boy in the world, Richard Setterpain, from Ashland Street. And Marie and Jeremy. God bless you. Talk about it.
Okay, what'd you think about today's Mass?
It was wonderful. I haven't been here 43 years. We moved out 43 years ago.
Oh, is that right?
We live in Arlington now.
Okay, my sister does too.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Great. Marie and Jimmy Walsh.
Yeah, that's right. You have it right.
That's right. I forgot earlier. That's right. No show would be complete without Marie.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the West End and very proud of it and always will be, and has a special place in my heart.
What did you think about today's Mass?
It was wonderful. It was beautifully done. Everything was just great. And this reception is fabulous. I'm seeing people I haven't seen for many, many years.
Did you go to school there?
Yes, I went to St. Joseph's and I
I did
received
too.
all the sacraments here.
That's right,
So
I did
this
too.
church is very special to me.
Well, I looked at the altar rail, you know, it's cut off on
Yeah.
either side. And all I could think of is me kneeling in front of, you know, in the middle of the
Yeah, it was beautiful, and this is all we have left, is this
That's right.
church, so it's very special to us, and I'm having a great time.
Okay, Marie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mass, is this a special Mass for them today, or is it extra Mass? Come on. It's 11:30, is it always 11:30?
Everybody gets invited, and the old West End, that was one of the big masses in the old days.
But there's always an 11:30.
What we want to do is to have the new people who are in here now realize they're their brothers and sisters out there, you know, all part of the farmer parishioner. So we just bring them in and nothing is really special. But it's a special Mass, bring them in and nothing.
Well, welcome back. That's basically St. Joseph's Mass for deceased West Enders, and they had a booklet. I probably should have taken it with me that showed all the different people that were at the church who had put their names of the deceased members into the booklet, and they handed it out at the church. And I guess we do this once every year, and everybody has a good time, and I'm glad that Father Troy is keeping the tradition going. And St. Joseph's has always been integral part of our lives when we're in the West End, and it's still a little bit of it because we still go there and we still have our days there, and it works out well. And I guess we'll keep doing it for the next 15 years, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. I know you're watching it, so I'm just hoping you're enjoying it as much as we enjoyed being there. And see you at the next West End Video Newsletter.
Oh, you won again. See? It's good. Thank you, sir. Three 325. 313 325. 325. 313 325. Oh, we have one. Here he comes. Here he comes. 325. Okay, 325. Thank you, sir. Next one. 313-811. 313-811. 313-811. 811 going once. Do we have an 811? We have an 811. Wonderful. Wonderful. Middle. Thank you. Very good. 701. Wonderful. 701. Okay. We'll check the back. Last year the women won everything. This year the men are having their turn. Wonderful. 313-517.